discussion. And we'll start the discussion from the same point where we left it after the last time when we met. And I think we were around somewhere line 225, where Adam was going to reply to um, Eve. Eve suggested that they should work apart, and in that case, in that way, they'll be able to, cover more ground and do their chores more easily and quickly. On that, Adam, well, maybe we labor still to dress this garden, still to tend plant, herb, and flower, a pleasant task enjoyed, but till more hands aid us. So these lines are addressed to Adam by Eve, and in this entire chunk, lines between 205 to 255, the side of Eve is being depicted where she's asking Adam to let's divide and work and rule. To whom mild answer Adam thus returned, Soul, Eve, associate soul to my beyond compare above all living creatures dear. Well, hast thou motioned well? Motioned simply means suggested well, thy thoughts employed, how we might best fulfill this work which here God has assigned us, nor of me shall pass unpraised, for nothing lovelier can be found in woman than to study household. So again, the same concept the other day that we were discussing about that here Milton's voice is less feminine, or it's not feministic enough because it is suggesting that the woman is glorious and nicer if she's working at home and the man is outside. So Adam being the mouthpiece of John Milton is stating this similar. And good workers in her husband to promote, yet not to strictly hath our Lord imposed. Labor as to debar us when we need refreshment, whether food or talk between, food of the mind, or the sweet intercourse of looks and smiles. For smiles from reason's flow, to brood denied, and the an hour of love and love of food. Now, this is a reference for of love, the food. For Ovid, hope is the food of love, and it's from the Shakespeare Twelfth Night as well. If food is the if music is the food of love, let's play on. This is how Twelfth Night actually begins. So Milton is referring back to Shakespeare. He's being inspired by Shakespeare, and Adam is saying that we should work, but we should also be with each other, and the woman of the house should promote husband and his glory, and household is the befitting work for a woman. So we should not, be apart that way. Then it goes on. The description is in elevated style. That is another characteristic of classical epic narrative that John Milton has written, and he is describing that love not the lowest end of human life, for not to irksome toil, but to delight he made us, and delight to reason joined. These paths and boughs, doubt not but our joint hands will keep from wilderness with ease as wide, as we need walk, till younger hands are ere long assist us. But if we much converse, perhaps these satiate to short absence I could yield. For solitude sometimes is best society, and short retirement urges sweet return. So he's of the view that this wilderness, that wildness that is there, the satiation, the idea of Eve could be stated with conjugal conversation, the purpose of which she was created. Conjugal means a sexual, connection with Adam. Of course, they were husband and wife, and they had that connection with each other. So he says that these satiate to short absence I could yield. So he says that we should not wander off to wilderness, and we should satiate each other's desires, and that is the best return to the society. Then he says, but other doubt possesses me, least harm befall thee, sword from me, for thou knowest what hath been warned us. So he's talking about that there are other problems that I can definitely see. This is what Adam is saying, that he can see that there are other doubts that he has, because they have been warned by God and Raphael that a forbidden tree or its fruit should not be eaten because God forbids it. So he believes that they might get tempted if they get apart, and therefore he's somehow slightly suggesting over here that they should not work apart. They should work together and they should merry make and they should be together. What malicious foe, envying our happiness and of his own despairing, seek to work us woe and shame. So he's very much clear that if we work apart, this might happen and we will have to work in shame and nakedness if we depart from each other, because the foe, the enemy, is lurking in the darkness and it wants to end our happiness because it is jealous of our happiness. By sly assault and somewhat here night at hand, watches no doubt with greedy hope to find his wish and his best advantage asunder, us asunder, hopeless to circumvent us joined where each to other's speedy aid might lend at need. Whether his first design to withdraw or flight from God or to disturb conjugal love. So he's saying he's not very much sure that what Saturn and his crew members are able to do or are going to do, what they are planning to do, but they are definitely jealous of their happiness and they will be willing to assault them and they will be willing to take away their joy. Then, which perhaps to no bliss enjoyed by us excites his envious more. So he says that if we get into these, divide and conquer kind of a rule, that may result into something that will not be a good outcome. Our bliss will be lost. Or this or worse, leave not faithful side. And further, he says, if this is not something that is going to happen, then perhaps you'll betray me or I'll betray you, and the betrayal process will take place, and we will not be faithful to each other. That gave thee being still shades thee and protects the wife where danger or dishonor lurks, safest and seemliest by husband stays who guards her or with her to verse endures. So these lines they clearly represent that concept where it is stated that a man and a woman they are each other's clothes and they need to protect each other. And here we can clearly see the innocence and the worry that Adam has towards Eve, and he does not want to, leave her alone because dishonor and danger and slyness and temptation and corruption is lurking around, hiding in the shadows in order to take her away. So he's playing his husbandful or husbandry duties to the fullest, and he does not want Eve to go away on the separate part. Then to whom the virgin majesty of Eve. Now, virgin, most readers believe that Milton represents the couple as copulating in book 4th, line 741. So Eve would not technically be a virgin, but Milton surely regarded her as chaste and modest. So he says that you are a majestic Eve and you are virgin and you are modest. So one who loves and some unkindness kindness meets with sweet austere composure thus replied, offspring of heaven and earth and all earth's Lord, that such an enemic we have who seeks our ruin, both by the informal I learn. And from the parting angel overheard. Now, overheard, these lines indicate that Eve overheard some part of conversation between Raphael and Adam. And this means that she knows that why Adam does not want to part ways because she has heard about what is going to happen if they take this pathway. So perhaps something she heard motivates her desire to prove herself apart from Adam. तो अपने आप को prove करने के लिए भी she wants to go on the other side and work separately ताकि वो prove कर सके that she is loyal and she will not be persuaded so easily. As in shady nook I stood behind, and this description it goes on for a long point till this point. So in इस पूरी डिस्क्रिप्शन में I expected not to hear his violence though fearest not, ठीक है, can by his fraud be shaken or seduct. So she's saying that I'm not going to be seduced by her fraud, by his fraud. I will be faithful and I will stay true to you. So your fear is not intact. It should not be there because I'm not going to repel that way. Adam misthought of her to these so dear. So she's thinking that how can Adam think about her in such a low status that she will be persuaded or seduced and she will betray. So she's not happy about it, the things that she has overheard, and that is why she wants to come out of it. To whom with healing words Adam replied. Ab Adam being Adam, he's a lovely husband and he would definitely again try to persuade Eve that this is not his intention. विच मीन्स कि वो उस पर शक नहीं कर रहा है, लेकिन उसे सैटर्न और ईवल का पता है कि ईवल कितना डेंजरस और गलत होता है, तो इसलिए वो लविंगली इसको रिप्लाई करता है दैट दिस इज नॉट द केस. So Adam tries to explain that he's not doubting Eve, but he wants to prevent the temptation and the wrong itself. तो वो ये सारी जो डिस्कशन करता है, it's a long discussion, it's a long list of things that he assures to Eve कि मैं ऐसा नहीं सोच रहा. कुछ लाइंस में पढ़ लेती हूँ, कुछ आपको खुद पढ़नी पड़ेंगी. For example, to whom with healing words Adam replied, Daughter of God and man, immortal Eve, for such thou art, from sin and blame entice. Not different of thee do I dissuade thy absent from my side, but to void the attempt itself intended by our foe. So these lines clearly represent that Adam wants to stop temptation. The foe is the Satan, and he does not want to get the blame, and he does not want to get the wrong outcome out of it. Then he says, If such affront I labor to avert from thee alone, which one us both at once, the enemy, the bold, will hardly dare, or daring first on meeteth assault shall light. So he says that if we stay together, if you follow my lead, the salient, the attacker, the Satan, they won't be able to drift us apart. They won't be able to seduce you, tempt you. Nor thou his malice and false guile contemn, subtle his needs must be who could seduce angels, nor think superfluous others' aid. So he's saying that this malice, this false guise that he is so good at, Satan is so good at it that he actually seduced angels into believing and following him to hell. So he can definitely have that superfluous influence over others. I, from the influence of thy looks, receive access in every virtue in this thy side. So he says that our virtue should stay intact, and that is why I'm saying these things. I'm not doubting. Adam is saying that he's not doubting Eve, but he knows that this could be. They must be, united. They should always stay united. So spake domestic Adam in his care and matrimonial love, but Eve, who thought less attributed to her faith sincere, thus her reply with accent sweet renewed. तो वो भी यकीन नहीं कर रही, वो इन लवी डवी बातों पे प्रॉपरली यकीन करने से कासिर है. शी स्टिल adamant that and domestic Adam matlab Adam is a good husband, he's domesticated, he's grounded, and he's willing to keep the virtue and his family together, and he is providing logical reasoning, the future predictions that he has got to know to prevent Eve to go her separate way and work together. मगर ईव बीइंग ईव वो भी स्वीटली जवाब देती है और वो कहती है अच्छा ये लाइंस इंपॉर्टेंट हैं. ठीक है, अभी तक जो कॉन्वर्सेशन हो रही थी, द कॉन्वर्सेशन was between Adam and Eve wants to leave, but Adam is adamant that we should work together because temptation can overcome us. ठीक है, अब देखिए यहाँ पे जो लाइन है how are we happy still in fear of harm, but harm precedes not sin, only our foe tempting affronts us with his soul esteem, with his foul esteem. Of our integrity, his foul esteem sticks no dishonor on our front, but turns. So she says that it's not going to work like that. It's not going to happen because our love for each other, our happiness for each other is so intact that this foe's ill wishes will not be able to tempt us, and he's not be will be not be able to persuade us to commit sin or crime, right? And then she says, as not secure to single or combine, frail is our happiness if this be so, and Eden were no Eden thus exports. So she's saying that if we are so scared like this, then this is not sufficient. This is something far-fetched, and we are dishonored in this way. So our integrity should be intact, and we should sustain. We should sustain each other without being scared about the external factors that could hinder our ability to actually move forward. So अगर वो कह रही है कि अगर हम इसी तरह डर के रहने वाले हैं तो ये हैप्पीनेस नहीं है, ये फ्रेजाइल है, ये फ्रेल है, और ईडन ईडन नहीं है बल्कि वो एक्सपोज हो जाता है। तो वो यहाँ पर इमोशनल रेजोनेंस को यूज करते हुए ईव जो है एडम को प्रेशराइज तो नहीं कहेंगे लेकिन कन्विंस करने की कोशिश कर रही है। देन टू हुम थस एडम fervently replied। fervently मतलब कि उसने हथियार डालकर जवाब दिया, कि वो बस मान गया कि ठीक है, a woman best or things as the will of God's ordained them. His creating had nothing imperfect to deficient left. Nothing imperfect. This may be true of Adam only after Eve also was created to mitigate his single imperfection, loneliness. Now, this has already been discussed in book 8, line 422 to 427. अब देखिए, पहले एडम आया, और एडम इम्परफेक्ट ना भी अगर हम कहें तो वो इनकम्प्लीट है, एंड देयरफॉर Eve was created. So that is why Adam believes that he does not, doubt her integrity. So he gives the idea of free will and free understanding as well. But then he says that we must stay watchful because reason can be deceived by फेक गुड। ठीक है, तो वो यहाँ पर इम्परफेक्शन ऑफ मैन की बात करता है, फिर फ्री विल की बात करता है, ये जो लाइंस मैंने अभी आपको बताई। बट गॉड लेफ्ट फ्री the will for what obeys reasons is free, and reason he made right but bid her well beware and still erect. So father's discourse on free will be in book number 9 line 99 and following, बुक नंबर 3 आई मीन टू से। तो वो यहाँ पर उस बुक को रेफर, अपनी ही बुक को वापस रेफर करते हुए कहता है कि फ्री विल हैज बिन गिवन, बट even though we have free will, we still be very should be watchful of what we are going to do and how we are going to be। फिर जो कहते हैं us both secure then thus warned thou seemest go। फिर वो फाइनली मान जाता है, वो उसको इजाजत दे देता है कि जाओ। अब ये जो देखिए, एक गो का रेफरेंस देखिए, जेम्स नॉदरबिंग पॉइंटेड आउट दैट एडम्स imperative go here echoes Dido's I square Italian ventis go seek out Italy through the winds in Aeneid। अब एनेड जो है वर्जिल और होमर ने लिखी है, उसका रेफरेंस ये दे रहे हैं। दो ऑफ कोर्स द जेंडर रोल्स आर रिवर्स्ड and Eve plays the epic adventurer and would-be empire founder. This casts Adam as the disappointment beloved, unlike Hermes। अब ये रेफरेंस दूसरे काम को है जो कि एनेड में है, यानी यहाँ पर रोल रिवर्स हो गया। एनेड में मेल कैरेक्टर जाता है और अपनी डिसोबीडियंस के बारे में या अपने एडवेंचर के बारे में बताता है बाद में। अब यहाँ पर हमारी ईव जा रही है और जिसको इजाजत दी है एडम ने। For thy stay not free, absent thee more, go in thy native innocence, rely on what thou hast of virtue summon all. For God towards thee hath done his part, do thine। So God has done his part। Adam echoes here the Raphael words to him, कि God ने हमें इन्फॉर्म कर दिया थ्रू राफाइल, कि बुक नंबर 8 में उन्होंने ये उसको इन्फॉर्म किया है कि टेम्पटेशन इज वेटिंग और आपने फॉरबिडन ट्री का फ्रूट नहीं खाना, लेकिन वो उसको इजाजत फिर भी दे देता है कि यू कैन मूव फॉरवर्ड एंड गो अहेड विद इट। फिर ये देखें, सो स्पेक द पेट्रियार्क ऑफ मैनकाइंड बट ईव persisted yet submiss, though last replied। Submiss means submissively, though last, this is having the last word which might appear to us less submissive। तो वो फाइनली जवाब देती है क्योंकि उसे परमिशन मिल गई होती है। फिर इन लाइंस में अगली जो लाइंस हैं दे आर इम्पोर्टेंट। ठीक है, परमिशन मिलने के बाद जो ईव कहती है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। ठीक है, especially these lines which I'm highlighting in front of you। With thy permission then, and thus forward, chiefly by what thy own last reasoning words touched onely, that our trial when least sought may find us both perhaps far less prepared। The willinger I go, nor much expect a foe so proud will be the first the weaker seek, so bent the more shall shame him his repulse। The weaker, Eve, though eager throughout his discussion to prove herself as a constant and capable as Adam to resist the foe, acknowledges herself the weaker, echoing one in Peter थर्ड। अच्छा, यहाँ पर वो एक्नॉलेज करती है दैट आई विल नॉट इजीली बाउ डाउन और लेट गो। और यहाँ पर वो एक्नॉलेज करती है परमिशन के बाद दैट विल सीक रिपल्शन फ्रॉम ऑल द शेम दैट द सैटर्न एंड हिज पियर्स दे वांट टू ब्रॉट अपॉन अस। ठीक है, तो ये एक सेक्शन है यहाँ तक जहाँ पर एडम एंड ईव दे आर टॉकिंग टू ईच अदर, दे आर हैविंग अ कॉन्वर्सेशन, मोर लाइकली वी कैन कॉल इट टू बी अ डिबेट बिटवीन द टू कि क्या करना चाहिए और क्या नहीं करना चाहिए। अब जो अगली लाइंस आती हैं, दे वुड स्टार्ट विद द टेम्पटेशन जर्नी। पहले जो अभी हमने बात की वो डिबेट जर्नी थी, इसके बाद जो हमारी डिस्कशन स्टार्ट होने लगी है दैट इज द टेम्पटेशन। अब टेम्पटेशन कहाँ से यहाँ से स्टार्ट हो रही है? क्या होता है कि ईव जो है वो चली जाती है और फिर नरेटर एंटर करता है और वो जो होने वाला है, द इनएविटेबल, द डिजास्टर दैट इज गोइंग टू टेक प्लेस, उसकी डिस्क्रिप्शन देता है। Thus saying, from her husband's hand her hand soft she withdrew, and like a wood nymph light, odid or dried, or of Dahlia's train, betook her to the groves, and Dahlia's self engaged her past and goddess like deport. So she is deported, she has left Adam, and अब जो डिस्क्रिप्शन हमारे पास स्टार्ट होती है दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट, स्पेशली यहाँ पर अगर हम चलें। This is description that we need to understand. Thou never from that hour in paradise foundest either sweet repast or sound repose, such ambush hid among sweet flowers and shades, waited with hellish rancor imminent to intercept thy way or send thee back. So these lines, they are showcasing the narrator's perspective that there is danger lurking in the back, in the darkness as well. Although many sweetnesses were experienced in paradise, but it definitely brought in hellish eminency with it as well. In further lines, he says, despoiled of innocence, of faith, of bliss, for now and since first break of dawn, the friend, mere serpent in appearance। तो अब जो serpent की appearance जो है उसकी prediction यानी उसकी पेशन गोई होना start हो गया that the serpent is going to approach, it is going to be there, and his quest where likeliest he might find the only two of mankind, but in them the whole included race his purposed prey। तो यानी उसका जो मकसद है उसकी बात हो रही है that he is going to find and Adam and Eve, the one of them specifically, Eve, and he is going to propagate his agenda. He is going to propagate his disaster. तो ये narration चलती चली जा रही है, and it goes on till here, and then comes veiled in the cloud fragrance where she stood, half spied so thick the roses bushes round about her glowed of a stupid to the sport, stooping to support each flower of shelter stalk whose head though gay, carnation purple azure or specked with gold। तो ये सारी जो डिस्क्रिप्शन है, this is description of Eve, and furthermore it is also about that how Saturn is able to see Eve and he's preparing to tempt her, to seduce her, वो उसे seduce करने के लिए अपनी दिमाग में सारी बात बना। अब ये सारी डिस्क्रिप्शन जो है इसमें वो बात करता चला जाएगा कि हाउ ही इज गोइंग टू touch upon her feminine side and lure her into believing that she's beautiful, she needs to believe in him, और ये सारी चीजें वो यहाँ पर यूज करते हुए जा रहे हैं। बहुत आसान है, आपने इसको पढ़ लेना है ताकि आपको ये समझ आ जाए। अब जो लाइंस मैं आपके लिए पढ़ना चाह रही हूँ दैट इज गोइंग टू बी अराउंड हियर समवेयर। ओके, यहाँ से द वुमन opportune to all attempts, her husband for I view far round, not nigh, whose higher intellects more I shun. Now, higher intellectual, many critics hold this to be only Saturn's opinion, but poems in general supports this notion of male intellectual superiority. And Eve's preference for physical conversation and Adam's for intellectual or heavenly conversation, seconds that. Women, specifically Eve, is shown to have weaker intellect as compared to Adam and Saturn. And Saturn का क्लियरली निशाना वो इसीलिए बनती है, वो उसका अटैक का पर्सपेक्टिव इसीलिए बनती है क्योंकि सैटर्न को लगता है वो उसे आसानी से ल्योर कर लेगा, उसे आसानी से टेम्प्ट कर लेगा, और जैसा ऐसा होगा भी ऑफ कोर्स। एंड स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ कोर्स हॉटी एंड ऑफ लिम्ब, heroic build heroic built through the terrestrial mold, for not informable exempt from wound. Saturn, unlike the obedient angels and apparently unlike the still obedient couple, can be wounded and feel pain. तो क्योंकि सैटर्न की जो ईगो है वो हर्ट हुई हुई है, तो वो इस वजह से इसको टेम्प्ट करने के लिए आगे जो लाइंस हैं, वो टेम्पटेशन जो स्टार्ट करता है वो आगे से कहता है, आई नॉट सो मच hath hell debauched and pain enfeeble to what I was in heaven. She fair, divinely fair, fit love for gods, not terrible though terror be in love. So he has started his mission, and beauty not approached by stronger hate, hate stronger under shoe of love, well fringed the way which to her ruin now I tend. तो इन लाइंस के थ्रू वो उसके र्यून के बारे में बात कर रहा है कि अब मैं उसका जो र्यून है इस तरह से स्टार्ट करूंगा, दिस इज हाउ आई एम गोइंग टू र्यून हर। यहाँ तक बात समझ आ गई है? ना आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू 1 or 2 minutes टू थिंक अबाउट these sections that we have discussed, और अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप मुझसे पूछ सकते हैं। आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू गिव a little bit of rest to my throat and then we move forward in a minute or two। तब तक अगर कोई सवाल माइंड में आता है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं। Okay, so the beauty of Eve has been described over here, and Saturn was watching her, so he's also mesmerized by her beauty, but he has made up his mind, and his hate is so strong that he tend to ruin her, he tend to destroy her. So mm, ऑफ कोर्स एक इमोशनल डेप्थ जो है सैटर्न की हमें नजर आती है, दैट ही डज हैव some goodness in him. He can see that there is goodness, but he is so egotistical in this moment that his mindset is not willing to let go of this mischief that he's going to cause so dearly. So spake the enemies of mankind enclosed in serpent inmate bad and inward toward eye. This is the description of Saturn. Addressed his way not with intended wave, prone to on the ground as since, but on his rear, circular base of rising folds that toward, found above fold a surging maze his head, crested aloft and carbuncle in his eyes, with burnished neck of verdant gold, erect amidst his circling spires, that on the grass floated redundant. Pleasing was his shape, and lovely nerve, since of serpent kind, lovelier not those that in Elias changed. Now, the narrator alludes to Ovid's story of metamorphosis of Cadmus and Harmonia into serpents. Metamorphosis, book 4, line 563। अच्छा, अब इन लाइंस में क्या हो रहा है? अब सैटर्न की डिस्क्रिप्शन दी जा रही है कि सैटर्न को देख के किस तरह से ईव टेम्प्ट हो रही है, कैसे ईव इज गेटिंग attracted to Saturn. These lines, they are representing this perspective over here. Lines between 499 to और 482 505, ठीक है। और उसके बाद वो फ्लैटरी, जैसे उसने पहले डिसाइड किया था, ही इज गोइंग टू यूज फ्लैटरी टू ल्योर हर इन, एंड दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट ही डज। ही यूजेस मैनी गॉडेसेस फ्रॉम डिफरेंट वर्क्स। अब ये जो वर्ड चॉइसेस हैं, ऑफ कोर्स मिल्टन यूज कर रहा है, लेकिन सरपेंट यानी हमारे सैटर्न ने भी इसी तरह की लैंग्वेज को यूज करते हुए ही ल्योर्ड, ही फ्लैटेंड, यू नो, ईव इनटू बिलीविंग हिम। और इसी तरह से उसने फ्लैटरी को यूज करते हुए, याद है आपको एक रेफरेंस मैंने दिया था, दैट इन वन ऑफ द विजडम लिटरेचर पोएम यू हैव रेड फ्रॉम Allama Iqbal, Spider and Fly, there was this line that, or this line was there, that all the human beings, they are enslaved to flattery. And yeah, Eve is no different. She is definitely being flattened by the this praise that she's going to receive, because he's going to compare Eve to these goddesses, and then he's going to relate it to agriculture and organic growth as well. That is very interesting that he's going to talk about fresh birth and rebirthing. So he's extensively trying to make sure that Eve is attracted to him। ठीक है, फिर ये डिस्क्रिप्शन काफी लंबी है, इसको आप पढ़ सकते हैं। उसकी आंखों की बात भी करता है, उसकी वोकल एयर की बात करता है, ऑर्गेनिक होने की बात करता है ना। बीइंग यूज्ड एज एन ऑर्गन और इंस्ट्रूमेंट, सैटर्न in the serpent's form was forced to use his tongue as a vocal instrument, because snakes lack vocal cords and so have no physical capacity for human speech. But because he's Saturn, so he definitely made sure that he could, attract her. Then this line is important: fairest resembled of thy maker. This is from book 8. And Raphael confirmation that Adam, not Eve, is the closest version of God's image. The serpent, though not Satan, may be presumed not yet to have seen Adam. Also see Eve's remark below, line 615 to 16। उसमें भी वो यही बात करता है। तो जो वुमेन का करेक्टर है, ईव का करेक्टर है, वो सेकंड लेयर में कैसे है, वो क्लियरली हमारे इस माउथ पीस से पता चल रहा है इसमें। ठीक है, और ये एग्जैजरेशन चलती जाती है, और इट गोज ऑन टू ओके, टू whom the guileful tempter thus replied, which means कि सैटर्न रिप्लाई करता है, एम्प्रेस ऑफ दिस फेयर वर्ल्ड। अब देखिए, इस स्पीच को आपने देखना है, फ्लैटरी को आपने देखना है कि कैसे सैटर्न फ्लैटरी को, चिकनी चुपड़ी बातों को, लफ्जों को मैनिपुलेट करते हुए ईव को ये यकीन दिला देगा कि ही हैज द बेस्ट इंटरेस्ट इन इंटैक्ट। टू whom दिस guileful tempters, किस बात को वो जवाब देता है, जिसमें वो ये कहती है, I knew, but not with human voice. Redouble then this miracle, and say, how come thou speak of mute, and how to me so friendly grown above the rest of brutal kind that daily are inside? Say, for such wonder claims attention due. So she says that how can you do all of these things, this reasoning, this speech, this language? To whom he, the tempter, जो सैटर्न के लिए करेक्टरिस्टिक है, जवाब देता है, एम्प्रेस ऑफ दिस फेयर वर्ल्ड, resplendent Eve, ease to meet it is to tell thee all what thou commandest, and right thou shouldest be obeyed. I was at first as other beasts that graze the trodden herb of abject thoughts, and lo, as we may food nor aught but food discern of sex, and apprehended nothing high. So animals like children were generally thought incapable of higher pleasures like those of the body। ठीक है, यानी सेक्सुअल प्लेजर्स में वो दे डिडंट, ऑफ कोर्स चिल्ड्रन डू नॉट नो। तो वो उसकी बात करता है दैट आई विल ओबे, आई विल follow what you say, but I am as simple as a child, till on one day revolving the field I chanced। then he talks about कि उसको चांस मिला जब वो फील्ड पे घूम रहा था, और उसे दुनिया के प्लेजर्स के बारे में पता चला, उसे दुनिया के बारे में पता चला। अ गुडली ट्री फार डिस्टेंट टू बिहोल्ड, लोडेड लोडन विद फ्रूट ऑफ फेयरेस्ट कलर्स मिक्स। तो अब किसकी बात हो रही है? उस फोरबिडन ट्री की बात हो रही है। देखिए, ये वही कॉन्वर्सेशन हो रही है जो हमने इंट्रोडक्शन में भी पढ़ी थी, कि वो पूछती है कि सरपेंट कैसे बात कर सकता है, उसके पास लैंग्वेज और रीजनिंग कैसे हो सकती है। और सरपेंट वो अपनी बातों के थ्रू से बताता है कि मैं तो एक मासूम सा बच्चा था, बट फिर मैं एक दिन घूम रहा था तो, और बाय चांस a goodly tree far distant to behold, loaded with fruit of fairest colors mist, ruddy and gold, I near drew to gaze. So he says that I saw that beautiful fair colored fruit, and it was glazing, it was ruddy and goldy. So I was gazing at it, I was mesmerized by it, when from the boughs a savior odor blew. So there was a smell, a tempting smell, smell भी नहीं कहना चाहिए, fragrance came out of it that blowed or blew my mind out of the wits, grateful to appetite, more pleased my sense. So my senses were pleased and I was hungry. It appealed to my appetite, yani appetite yani bhook ko kehte hain, and I was mesmerized. Then smell of sweetest fennel of the teats of Eve or goat dropping with milk at even. So milk at even, traditional held that fennel and milk sucked directly from the teats of goats and sheep were favorite foods of snake. Another legend held that lactating livestock that went dry had been sucked by demons. यानी जो भी कैटल्स यानी हमारी लाइफ स्टॉक होती है, बकरियां होती हैं, भैंसें होती हैं, गायें होती हैं, तो जो डीमंस होते थे, जो इविल कार्नेट्स होते थे, वो डायरेक्टली उनके निपल्स से उसको सक कर लेते थे। अब ये जो इमेजरी है, ये टेम्पटेशन को एग्जैजरेट करने के लिए, अब पोएट क्या कर रहा है, इतनी विविड डिस्क्रिप्शन दे रहा है कि मिल्क एट इवन, विच मीन्स दैट द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ दैट इंटायर ट्री जो सैटर्न ईव को दे रहा है, वो इतनी मेजमराइजिंग है। और आपको ये कॉन्सेप्ट तो पता ही होगा कि जो गुड गर्ल्स होती हैं या जो अच्छे करेक्टर्स होते हैं, स्पेसिफिकली गर्ल्स की अगर बात करें, दे गेट अट्रैक्टेड टू द बैड बॉयज और द बैड थिंग्स और द टेम्पटेशन। इस कॉन्सेप्ट में आप वो जो आजकल वो ड्रामे नहीं देखते हो आप सब, के ड्रामे, पी ड्रामे, जे ड्रामे, वो सारे ड्रामों में क्या दिखाया जाता है कि एक सीधी सादी इनोसेंट लड़की है और उसे एक बहुत ही अजीब गरीब अथॉरिटेटिव मिsogynistic लड़के की इजारादारी पसंद आ रही होती है। आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? एंड ईव इज नो डिफरेंट, शी इज feeling controlled, she is feeling seduced, she is feeling attracted to all these descriptions that Saturn is providing further. Unstuck to lamb or kid that tend their play to satisfy the sharp desire I had of tasting those fair apples I resolved. So these lines, these are very important, जहाँ पर वो seduce करने के लिए, convince करने के लिए, disarray करने के लिए जो description मिल्टन यूज करता है through the speech of Saturn, ये आपके हर किस्म के आंसर के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आप कोई भी आंसर देंगे, कोई भी सवाल हो, उसमें ये कहीं ना कहीं इंटेलिजेंटली ये लाइंस इनकॉर्पोरेट हो सकती हैं, बिकॉज इट इज दैट act of despite, it is that act of disarray. This is, these lines, they depict the act of making Eve leave the rightful path. This is the line, these are the lines which are showcasing the temptation is going to take place. Not to defer hunger, thirst at once, powerful persuaders quickened the scent or that of that alluring fruit urged me to knee. About the moist trunk I wound me soon, for high from ground the branches would require thy utmost reach to Adams. Round the tree all other beasts that saw with like desire, longing and envying stood, but could not reach. So this could not reach जो है ये भी रिप्रेजेंट करता है कि एक फॉरबिडन चीज है, और जो सारे बीस्ट और सारे एंजल्स जो आसपास थे वो कुछ नहीं कर सकते थे। इट वॉज ओनली मी। सैटर्न अपने आप को उसमें भी बोस्टफुल होते हुए दिखा रहा है कि मैंने तो उसको रीच कर लिया। बर्ड्स, स्क्वेल्स एंड चिंपंक्स आर जस्ट फ्यू एनिमल्स that certainly could reach any fruit in the tree. We may take this as an evidence that the serpent is lying and Eve should notice the deceit. ठीक है, तो वो उसको यूज करता है, इस बात को यूज करता है कि इट वॉज ओनली मी, मुझे चुना ट्री ने और मैंने जाके ये सब किया, बाकी सारे एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी क्रीचर्स कुड नॉट डू एनीथिंग। Amid the tree not got where plenty hung, tempting so high to pluck and eat my fill. I spared not, For such pleasure till that hour at feet of fountain never had I found. Stated at length, ere long I might perceive strange alternation or alteration in me to degree. To degree, Saturn implies that the serpent first received a degree of mental reason. ठीक है कि उसको पहले एक रीजनिंग आई, उसको एक आमद हुई, then the gift of speech came. Neither of course ever happened. वो सब झूठ बोल रहा है, ठीक है। वो कहता है कि पहले मैंने ये खाया, फिर मैंने सारे प्रिंस चरिंद को देखा, उन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया। फिर मुझे खाने के बाद रीजनिंग आई, रीजनिंग के बाद मेरे पास लैंग्वेज आ गई। तो ये सब कुछ वो झूठ बोल रहा है। ये जो लाइंस है, लाइंस बिटवीन 600 नहीं 596 to 600, दे आर ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। जहाँ पे वो ये कहता है कि मेरे पास पहले रीजनिंग आई, फिर मेरे पास स्पीच आ गई और मेरे पास ये इनवर्ड पावर्स आ गई। वांटेड नॉट लॉन्ग दो दिस शेप रिटेन्ड। तो कहता है शेप वही रह गई, ठीक है। ये लाइंस आपने याद रखनी है, शेप वही रह गई, और वो कहता है कि चंक्स में मुझे ये सारी पावर्स बेस्टो की गई। Thenceforth, to speculations high or deep, I turned my thoughts and with capacious mind considered all things visible in heaven, or earth, or middle. Now, middle is the air between earth and heaven, all things fair and good. But all that fair and good in thy divine semblance and in thy beauty's heavenly ray, united I beheld no fair to thine, equivalent or second, which compelled me thus, though importuned perhaps to come and gaze and worship thee of right declared, sovereign of creatures, universal dame. So he says that I've done that. I've taken that fruit, forbidden fruit. I have enjoyed the fruit. And even then, I've come to my senses and I've come back to, pray to God, pray to you, to worship you, and I am here for you. तो वो अपने आप को ऐसे शोकेस कर रहा है दैट ही हैज द बेस्ट इंटरेस्ट ऑफ ईव, जो कि सच्चाई नहीं है, ठीक है। सो व्हाट हैपेंस, ऑल इन ऑल आपको एक छोटी सी मतलब दोबारा एक रीकैप दे देते हैं। नाउ सैटर्न हैज कम इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सर्पेंट एंड ही हैज रिप्लाइड टू ईव about the every section that she asked in the question कि तुम बोल कैसे सकते हो, रीजनिंग कैसे है, how do you have the ability to speak a human language, and why does he has or why he has become so enamorated with her, compared with her, and why would he compare her with other animals and goddesses as well. So he begins by telling her that he would gladly answer all the questions, and he does, वो सारे question answer करता है। And then he says that how he could not resist the temptation and so began climbing the tree to reach the branches laden with fruit. And he ate so much, and he ate as much fruit from the tree as he could. And it wasn't long before that he started noticing some changes in him. He started acquiring mental capacities, cognitive reasoning, and reasoning abilities were there as well. Speech came along. So upon gaining all these abilities and skills, he began completing all the good and fair things in the world, and found that all these things were united in the form of Eve, upon which time he decided to find and gaze upon her in worship. तो वो कहता है ये सारा कुछ मुझे ट्री ने बताया है कि मैं अपनी sovereign of creatures universal dame को worship करूंगा. I am going to come and worship her this way. So talk the spirited sly snake. Spirited मतलब spirit possessed. Snake हमारा जो है Saturn है. And Eve, yet more amazed, unwary, thus replied. वो अभी भी amazed है, वो अभी भी mesmerized है, वो अभी भी एक chant में miss यानी गुम है, वो अभी भी उसको बड़ी आंखों से देख रही है कि वाह, वो mesmerized है, ठीक है। Serpent thy over praising, देखिए flattery को use करता है। Is Eve being covertly modest here, or does she truly recognize that the serpent overpraises her above all the creatures in heaven, God, Adam, angels included? If thy later, then why does she not detect deceit? तो serpent ने क्या किया है, उसने इतनी प्रेस कर दी है कि तुम हेवन और हेल और कहीं भी किसी भी जगह से सबसे सुपीरियर, और आई कम टू वर्शिप यू। अब अगर ईव इंटेलिजेंट होती इतनी क्या कहना चाहिए, इंटैक्ट होती इन हर माइंड, इन हर कॉग्निशन एंड रीजनिंग, तो वो समझ जाती कि ये फार फेच्ड कंसीट है, ये जो तारीफ वो कर रहा है ये बहुत ज्यादा है और ये फ्लैटरी है। बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली शी इज नॉट ऑब्जेक्टिंग हिम, वो उसको रोक नहीं रही कि तुम मुझे मेरे हस्बैंड से सुपीरियर कैसे कह सकते हो, तुम मुझे मेरे गॉड से सुपीरियर कैसे कह सकते हो। वो बस अभी उसको देख रही है, वो अभी भी उसको एंजॉय कर रही है। सर्पेंट thy overpraising leaves in doubt the virtue of that fruit in thee first proved, but say where grows the tree, from hence how far? For many are the trees of God that grow in paradise, and various yet unknown to us in such abundance lies our choice. As leaves a great store of fruit untouched, still hanging incorruptible till men grow up their provision, and more hands help us disburden nature of her birth. ये पुराना वर्ड है birth के लिए। अच्छा, the provision means meaning that men would grow up in numbers proportional to the plenty provided for them. So वो कह रहा है कि men and humans are, they are in abundance, but there are so many fruits and nature's secrets, they are hidden away, and they are untouched, and we should go forward for it. We should go ahead. So in short, this is a very short section that you can see, but it is an important one. The serpent is describing the garden with visual imagery, and he's using that how Eve should go there, and then he says that he has looked at all the beauties of evergreen shrub that has beautiful berries in it. So serpent is trying to persuade and tell Eve that she should accept, yani she should accept all of these things that are bestowed there, which is followed by these pointers. To whom the while will he adore, bathe and glad, empress the way is ready and not long, beyond the row of myrtles on a flat, fast by fountain, one small thickest past of blowing mire and blame. If thou accept my conduct, I can bring thee thither soon, here soon. So he says that if you accept my invitation to go to the tree, I will bring her here. अब ये हर का रेफरेंस किसको है? ये इस ब्यूटीफुल लैंड को है, ब्यूटीफुल माइटल्स को है, फाउंटेन को है, कि मैं ये सब कुछ तुम्हारे लिए ले आऊंगा अगर तुम मेरे कंडक्ट को, मेरे एडवांसेस को एक्सेप्ट कर लेती हो। ठीक है, ऑफ ब्लूमिंग यहाँ पर वो रेफर कर रहे हैं। उसके बाद जो इम्पोर्टेंट लाइंस हैं उसमें सैटर्न कंटिन्यू करता है अपनी जो स्पीच है, वो उसको कंटिन्यू करते हुए कहता है, लीड देन सेड ईव। अब ईव आगे से जवाब देती है, चलो फिर मैं तुम्हारा पीछा करती हूँ, लेट्स मूव। ही लीडिंग swiftly rolled in tangles and made intricate seem straight. To mischief swift, hope elevates and joy brightens his crest, as when wandering fire compact unctuous vapor, which the night condenses and cold environs round, kindled through agitation to a flame, which oft they say some evil spirit attends, hovering and blazing with delusive light। अच्छा, ये जो वर्ड्स हैं ना जो थोड़े से मुश्किल आपको लग रहे हैं, ये पुराने लैंग्वेज पुराने स्पेलिंग में लिखे हुए हैं, इसलिए मिस्टेक हो रही है, वरना ये इतने मुश्किल है नहीं। Mislead the amazed night wanderer from his way to bogus and mires, and off through pond or pool there swallowed up the lost from the succor far. So the speaker continues, ठीक है। अब वो उसको लीड करते हुए लेके जा रहा है, और स्पीकर जो है, जो नरेटर है, हमें डिस्क्रिप्शन दे रहा है, एंड टेकन अपार्ट वी आर टेकन फर्दर टू द द गार्डन वेयर दे आर सपोज टू बी। और वो उसका जो क्रेस्ट है, हमारे जो सैटर्न का क्रेस्ट है जिससे वो तैयार होकर आता है, वो और ब्राइट हो जाता है, क्योंकि वो अपनी टेम्पटेशन को इस वक्त अंजाम दे रहा होता है, एंड ही इज गोइंग टू बी सक्सेसफुल। सो ग्लिटरिस्ट द डायर स्नेक, वो जो स्नेक यानी सैटर्न है, वो इतना खुश हो जाता है, ही फील्स सो ऑनर्ड, ही फील्स सो सक्सेसफुल इन दैट मोमेंट, and into fraud led even Eve. So Jesus teaches his followers how to pray, including the petition, and lead us not to into temptation. Matthew 6:9 to 13 lines। अब ये बाइबल से रेफरेंस है कि जीसस ने ऑलरेडी बुक में बता रखा है कि टेम्प्ट नहीं होना। ठीक है, और credulous mother, to the tree of prohibition, root of all our woo, which when she saw thus to get her guide, she spake. So she finally went after the serpent, यानी वो उसको फॉलो करते हुए उसके पीछे पीछे चली गई है, और वो उस जो स्नेक है यानी जो सैटर्न है वो बहुत खुश है. So the narrative of the entire discussion that I've highlighted for you is given in this passage, and that is the effect of Saturn's speeches and flattery on Eve is just like the it's like a wildfire. वो उसको इतना इम्पैक्ट कर गई है कि वो उसके पीछे चली गई है, ये जो स्पीच उसने दी है. Now it has misled the night traveler into the bogs and mires. It is somewhat surprising that the speaker attempts to explain this occurrence with a reference to another work, as if talking snake could likewise be reasonably be constructed. So in reaction वो फिर आगे से बात करती है. बस जो आगे जो सेक्शन रह गया है वो इंशाल्लाह हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे. आई होप, अभी भी मैंने बहुत सारी लाइंस पढ़ दी हैं लेकिन बाकी बिटें आपको पढ़नी पड़ेंगी. दे आर वेरी इजी. कहानी चल रही है, ठीक है. अगली जो लाइंस है उसमें ऑफ कोर्स ईव ने आंसर देना है. सिंस थोड़ा सा टाइम है देख ही लेते हैं. Serpent, we might have spared our coming hither, fruitless to me, though fruit be here to excess, the credit of whose virtue rest with thee, wondrous indeed, if cause of such effects. But of this tree we may not taste nor touch. God so commanded, and left that command, sole daughter of his voice, the rest we live, law to ourselves, our reason is our law. So कह रही है कि although there is a lot of fruit that she can see on the tree, but it is fruitless for her because God has commanded them not to take anything from it. And law to ourselves, similar to Paul's वर्चू, ये एक और रेफरेंस है जो आप पढ़ सकते हैं. सो यहाँ पर इन दीज लाइन्स ईव इज स्पेसिफिकली स्टेटिंग टू serpent and is reasoning with serpent that they have made an unnecessary trip. They have come, they have wasted their time. There was no use of coming over here, because even though the tree might be full of trees, they cannot eat the tree because God has commanded them not to eat the, and she is the sole daughter and she must obey. She is going to obey. I also found it, so furthermore she says that she has found it interesting that reasoning is important. फिर आगे अगेन वो जवाब देता है. यहाँ से फिर हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में बात करना स्टार्ट करेंगे. वो आगे से यही कहता है कि उसको भी बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है कि वो रीजनिंग की बात करिए जबकि उसने उसको एंड तक फॉलो कर लिया. तो यहाँ से हम फर्दर आगे चलेंगे. सो ऑल इन ऑल टुडे वी ट्राई टू फिनिश certain sections of the poem. When we started around line number 200 or something, we were talking about the discussion between Adam and Eve. Then lines between 290 to 375 somewhere, we had a fruitful conversation being taken place between Adam and Eve, and the temptation that how Eve thinks that Adam doesn't believe her, but that is not the case, and Adam, being a lovely husband, gives her reasoning but she refuses to believe. And then in later lines he also contested that yes, we do have free will and we should be very mindful and watchful of it. Then Adam and Eve, they depart, and Saturn comes in and he uses flattery to lure Eve into believing that whatever he has got, the speech and the reasoning has got it from the forbidden tree, and he has lured her to follow him. और वो उसको फॉलो करते हुए उस ट्री तक पहुंच गई है. तो वो फ्रॉड के बिल्कुल करीब तक पहुंच गई है. दिस इज व्हाट हैज हैपेंड सो फार. विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द सेम लाइन. 6:55 से हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में स्टार्ट करेंगे. आई होप इट्स क्वाइट क्लियर नाउ.